Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Just basically Game Spitter back again. Now, basically doing an evening stream, of course, trying to basically get more of those gem boxes, of course, and gem day. Yay! Sweet. Anyway, let's basically get back down to business. Now, what do I need right now? I really don't know what I need. Let me see. Let me see. Ooh, yes. We need some yellow. We need some red. Let's get some red. Woo! Which basically is fire gems, of course. Let's get some red. Sweet. All right. Going in. Yeah, someone actually asked me earlier to you this morning, it's just my YouTube voice. And, it can be, of course. Or it can change it like this. Oh, yeah. Or whatever the case may be. And I don't have a voice changer, it's just me. Which is quite interesting, I guess. Anyway, time to get a 100 jump box, of course, because since I've already started off with some red and be able to do it that way. Oh, yeah. And, yeah. Anyway, hopefully everybody's doing good this afternoon. Like I said, of course, I always do ask that question because you never know. You know, things do happen in the real world. The real world is still out there, lurking in the background. Ooh. Like I said, it's just one of those things, you know. Anyway, regardless of that, basically trying to get some more gem boxes and try to get a few extra things going this afternoon. So yeah, it's all good. It's all Gouda with cheese. Yeah, gotta love that cheese. Anyway, if you get any questions, comments, or anything like that, basically you can be more than welcome to actually send them my way. I can actually answer them as clearly and as quickly as possible. Of course, like I said, trying to help you guys, getting that, also doing the stream and everything else. I'd rather do it when I'm actually live because you'll basically get the answer quicker and so on and so forth. I do, however, got a YouTube channel as well. Basically, it's Gamersmith. All you got to do is look for the Blue Wolf and you'll see my main channel there, or you could go over in the very top of the screen itself and go to that link and you'll be doing just fine. Well, of course, like I said, me just doing another grind for gems. This time, I basically do 100 run, because I already done a 200 run earlier today, or earlier this morning. And of course, got a good few things done with that. So, like I said, I've been working on and around the clock to try to figure exactly what to be doing. And I don't mean around the clock, like 24 hours, but I mean I've been trying to get as much stuff as done as possible, just because there's just so much stuff in this game. So yeah, I've been working on trying to get this character up and running, so I can start working on my Solarian, because it seems like Solarian is actually pretty decent. But I don't know. Like, I mean, I gotta figure out exactly what it is, because, like I said, this is only the Shadow Hunter I'm working on right now. I'm trying to max this one out as much as I can. I do, however, have enough lives and stuff like that to do that character. Plus, I do already have the empowered gems, so I can get them up pretty high in the PR. So it's not too bad, I suppose. Like, I mean, it's all getting there, getting everything settled, and making stuff work. And that's pretty much what basically this game is about. Like, I mean, overall. So, yeah, like I said, it's just another grind, of course. Like I say, trying to get as much stuff as possible on gem day. Like I said, when I get enough gems right now, I'll be able to keep going. So yeah, like, I mean, I'll be able to actually go to the cosmic to get about 200 gem boxes from there, and from there I can actually move on and start working on leveling this character up to 46k or close to 46k. So I'll get there. It takes a bit of time to do though. So yeah, I'm not in no rush. Like I said, this game should never be rushed to a point, but yeah, my schedule is basically to get 100 boxes right now, and I'll be able to do it that way. Plus, like I said, I scheduled a stream time this morning, and of course I done my morning stream, and basically just got those boxes out of the way. So at least I got one color pretty much done for now, for a moment. And once I get the other color done now, I'll be able to actually go along and start working on basically upgrading my character again, which is basically not that hard to do. Of course, I mean, U11. If you do need a hand or anything like that, or gear, I don't mind getting gear and stuff like that to a point. Basically, you need a level 20, basically mastery to do some trading and so on and so forth. So what you want to do is basically grab that level 20, be on the US server, and I'll be able to come and help you out as much as I can with just starting you off. I mean, I don't mind helping new players. I don't mind helping return players if they're stuck, because like I said, it is a lot of stuff in this game is after changing to that point, and I don't mind give them a hand with basically trying to help them build their characters, because it is a lot of work. People will be like, hey, like I said, when it comes to streaming, like streaming is only one side of it, but there's a lot of work to this game when it comes to grind. Like, I mean, I've seen people get stuck for months trying to actually gain ahead. Like that, they'll get stuck at 5k and sometimes stuck at 10k, and they can't advance any further. They're stuck in, like I said, U9, and they're trying to get U10, or just don't have enough DPS or something like that. Like, I mean, they got the PR, they don't have the levels to finish off their finish off the DPS, or don't know how to augment their gems right, or whatever the case may be, and be completely stuck there for the longest time. So it is exactly what I do. I try to help people out and try for them to understand what to do with that. So it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of basically dedication to this game, to that point. I've also got a lot of YouTube videos on basically Minecraft and other games as well. So it's not just this game I cover. I try to cover like survival games or grinding games, because there's a lot of details into it, and I mean, there's a lot of information to be shared throughout the community. A lot of people will show you the builds and stuff like that, but they don't show you how they actually did it. That's the thing. Or basically try to explain how they did it. That's just the problem with YouTube itself, just because nobody actually will do that. I will actually try to do my best to teach people how to do things in the game. Now, you don't have to follow exactly what I'm teaching itself, but you can actually be able to choose your own way of doing things still. It's still a lot of the learning game. You gotta remember, I've been playing this game for 10 years. So I've been playing this game up since it's been launched on the console, and also been playing for about a year and a half on PC. So I've got a lot of experience in this game itself. Same with Minecraft. I've got like 10 years of Minecraft too, but because I used to switch between the two games and basically do my streams and stuff like that, and basically try to learn everything in the game. So, you know, it's just one of the things that I do, and I love doing this stuff because, like, I mean, it's just what it is. You know, if someone is there to teach you something, see, I'd rather for myself to teach you something and let you try it out, instead of basically you be stuck, or me basically tending on a person and they keep on following me. Because the thing is, if you're inside the game itself, and all you're doing is standing or sitting on top of a dungeon and doing absolutely nothing. You're not learning nothing. And this is something that I try to actually teach because of the fact that I love teaching people these type of games. Because, like, I mean, there is different ways of playing it, yes. And there's different grinds, different grind methods, and stuff like that. I do one of the most efficient because I keep on getting my power up and get my power, basically my levels up. You gotta remember, PR don't mean that much. It all means about stats and how much you can do per hour. Like, I mean, I mentioned that before in one of my other videos. Like, the more stuff you can do per hour, the more you can actually be successful at doing what you're doing. Like, I mean, if you don't have an hour to put in trove, like, I mean, you're basically not necessarily wasting your time, but it's just a lot harder to basically get back into it later on, too. Because you're just taking that much time away from your own self. Like, I mean, I'll show you exactly what I mean. Every time I'll log in and do my gems, basically I'm at still level 28 in some of them, and so on and so forth. But I'm actually gradually, basically building up the character and doing it that way. Now I've got like 29 on this one. I got max 30 on this one. Like, I mean, I still got a little bit of PR to go. But I look at exactly the level itself and then work on that because of the fact that if I'm needing gems, I'll do them all in segments. And instead of me jumping around and say, I'm going to do this segment, but not having no structure to it, you'll take a lot longer to grind what you're looking for than what you would do normally, like when it comes to that. And what I mean normally, it's when you actually do a zone, it's best to grab as much as you can with that zone. Because when you actually get to, like I said, get enough gem dust or gem boxes, basically you want to get as much gem boxes as possible. So, like I said, think of it this way. If I spent 3 hours in here or 4 hours in here and doing fire gem dust, that is a loads of fire gem dust, but... Like, I mean, I'd be able to actually do like 2 or 3, probably 4 levels of gems. Now, not saying I'm going to be able to do that because it takes 4 of them. So, because you need a combined gem first to make a combined spark, and then you need all 4 colors. Like, I mean, if I'm actually doing blue gems, I'll do more blue gems than the rest, or basically water gems. Like, I'll show you what I mean in a second. Like I said, if I'm doing blue gems, I'll go along and say, okay, I need this many. And I'll go along and grind that. As you see, I got 21 right now blue. And I've got 8 yellow. But see, the 4 of those 8 will give me 1 upgrade or 1 combined gem. So right now I'm working on the red so I can get the 4 here. Then I need 4 cosmic. And then I can go back to the blue and basically strike that blue up 1 level. So it's going to take me 4 blue, and then it's going to take me basically the 11, basically to upgrade my gem once, and then it's going to take me 13 sparks. So see, 11 and 13 is 24 sparks, just a level. But that's just to do one level. Plus, you got to remember, it's 4 for every single level. So it's a bit of a grind, but it's very an easy grind. What I'm saying is, when I say an easy grind, is basically you'll be able to pull off the stats and everything very easy if you do it a certain way. Because every single time you actually level, as I said, you do the math in your head, and then you pull up the numbers. And you say, okay, I need to do this, and do this. And you can basically do segments of what you're doing. So you're not basically just grinding just one thing. You're grinding a bunch of things, but you get... So if I was doing, let's say, red, I'll do, let's say, the fire gems. I'll do 200 boxes of fire, and then I'll do about 100 boxes of every other one. Because then I can actually have enough stuff to basically upgrade my gems. So I'll do a 200, 100, 100, 100, and then I'll basically rotate that 200. The 100 will stay the same as I go. So basically, it saves myself some time on grinding and stuff like that, and I can start popping off levels off my gems. So, like I mean, if I'm looking for to say yellow, I'll do basically 100 yellow, and so on and so forth. No, I don't, because 100 yellow will give me a bunch of sparks itself. Now, those sparks itself will help me later on, like I said, with a couple of upgrades, not just one. Because if I get 100, and I get 100, and I get 100, basically ever so often you'll get enough for an extra upgrade, even on yellow or on sky, so, or air gems, whatever you want to call them. And what you would want to do is just basically keep on pushing on that itself until you get enough resources. And that's how you do your gems. Like, I mean, it's fairly easy to get up there. Now, the only thing is how to get up there. Like, I mean, I do have a lot of tutorial videos on that as well, because the thing is, see, I don't play games for competition. I play it for fun. And, like, I mean, for me, I'm not too much worried about saying this one got this and this one got that, because I already know exactly a way around that to make it work right for me. So that's exactly the way I look at it. So if it works right for me, that means it will work right for you as well. So you basically be able to get that extra bonus. Like I said, you're actually not constantly grinding in one area either, because the fact that if you constantly grind in one area, yes, you get that much. But you can do a process of elimination as you go to each area. Like, I mean, if you do, like I said, a little bit of here and there, like I said, and get those gems and gem boxes, it will actually help you in a lot. In the long run, you basically will be doing less and less grind until you finish that one character, because eventually you'll have like about 16 yellow, or you'll have a bunch of them, and it's only going to cost 4, so you basically start stockpiling. And when you go to a next character, you start doing the same thing. So you basically get that line going. And once you get that line going, it's very easy to do. Like, I mean, there this morning, I've basically done just a little bit more than an hour. I've got basically over the 200 boxes. And what I did basically is start working on that. So basically pulling off numbers is what you do. And basically process of elimination is a big thing. Like, once you get that process going and you get that one pop, and then you move to the next one, you move to the next one, like I said, then you can start working on alternate characters. Basically, the best thing you can actually do is get, it's called a Clover Tome. Clover Tome is a plus, because you can actually get more night lives out of that. Now, how you do is just basically every week you get 100 clovers. Now, some people out there will use the clovers as an upgraded thing, but don't use the clovers, because it's only about a 1% chance of upgrading with the clovers. Now, what I normally do with clovers and stuff like that, I make night lives out of them. Now, what I do is just basically go from that to go to the horseshoes and stuff like that, and keep on working my way up, and basically get as many night lives as possible. What I do then, if I get like to level 25, I'll grind to level 25, and basically a level 25 gem, and I'd only use the night lives at 25 plus. So I'm not constantly using the night lives, and basically build my character off that. So if you've got like about, let's say, 40 or 50 night lives, you can almost get 2 characters out of that. And plus you're guaranteed a 4,000%, which is basically almost instant or instantaneously upgrades. Yes, it takes a little bit of a setup when it comes to it, but at the end, you'll actually be saying to yourself, oh my God, this actually works. Because you're not wasting your time doing an endless grind and using the lesser stuff with, like I said, you're not going to benefit from it. The game is actually made that way, and I don't know. Like, I mean, yes, you could still like use your upgraded materials, like I said, your enchantments or enchantment stuffs. But that's a more efficient way of doing it, because once you get those night lives, you're guaranteed something. You're not basically guaranteed to fail, you're guaranteed to success. So you don't want to have it to where it's actually going along and give you just a little tiny piece of, like I said, power. I mean, that's exactly what it is to a gem. You want to get a full line of power, and so on and so forth. And you don't want to waste, like I said, try to get those combined sparks with the 4 elements combined, just to have them fail. Because if they do fail, you basically got to regrind those again and again and again and again, over and over. So what you could do is just basically hold off and just build up your character, you're one of your main characters, and do it that way. So you're not basically grinding for absolutely no reason. Because that's exactly what this game tosses at you. Because eventually it will actually give you that, where you basically seem like you're not getting ahead because you're wasting that much resources in the opposite direction. So you want to be able to look at exactly how much resources you've got, how much you have grinded, and so on and so forth, and cut down on your grind. Because if you can cut down on your grind, you can actually better yourself in the long run. And you'll be able to do it that way. Now, if you don't have access to night lives and stuff, well, every week you got a chance of getting a bunch of night lives. You can get one from the club. Like I said, if you're doing the club quests and stuff like that. And you can actually get one from the leaderboard. This is exactly where I started off back in the day, when I first started playing this game. When the club stuff and everything came into fruition, I started doing them. I used to do them daily and basically do it that way. And I used to pull off so much resources or night lives. I was not having a problem of keeping night lives. So, like I said, now I've got like almost close to 30 night lives, and I've got this character almost completed. Once I get this character completed, I'll start making more night lives, or just saving up and start doing, like I said, do different things with the game, like say going back to do delves and stuff like that. Because delves is only good if you're doing like the rerolls on your gems, like I said, the augmentations. And I do have an augmentation video as well on there, and that can help you quite a bit. Like, I mean, the thing is, once you get your augmentation stuff going, it's not that hard to do. So what you want to do is just basically look at your augmentations, where your stats will actually sit, and be able to get those power stats up. And what I mean is, when you're actually doing like the sparks and stuff like that, you'll actually be able to get, like I said, when it comes to like getting the perfect gem, you'll be able to do it. And I'll basically show you exactly what I mean once I get 100 gems. I'll go through that system once again, because it's been a while since I did that. Like, I mean, like I said, it just gives a refresher course to some of those people that don't know how to do it and basically get stuck. And I know a lot of people do get stuck with that. And I know a lot of people do waste resources and stuff in the game, which you should never need to do, waste resources. Because as soon as you start wasting resources and stuff, you will actually hinder yourself big time in the game. And what I mean hinder yourself, you will basically be doing more grind than what I'll ever do in a month. And like I said, within a short period of time, you'll have a character that's like about 40K, 50, almost close to 50K once they do release that. And you'll be able to actually do it that way. So think of it this way. You'll be able to keep going with your stats and stuff like that to make stuff work. Now I'm looking for a cash off spot so I can actually show you. Actually, I won't be able to show you off with a cash off spot, but this time I'm actually on a corner store. Oh, there it is, one. There we go. Now I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by gems. And I'm going to go to Gem Forge here. And this Gem Forge will actually give me options. Okay, first off, you're looking at a gem that has like the 3 blue stars. As you see, I got this one on physical fully, because I've got a mix and match of physical and critical damage. And what you want to do is just basically find out what your niche is, what your power is, and be able to do it that way. Now, everybody builds characters a little bit differently. And this is why I said there's a lot of options in the game. So you'll be able to go along and look at exactly what that is and where you want to put those to. Now, as you noticed, everything is 100%. So I'm fully augmented right now. So I'm going to show you something. You see those things? I'll show you in a second. Now, a Solarian. I'm going to show you something right now. When it comes to it, you've got like the physical, you got a critical. See, those basically are really messed up right now because I'm still working on those. Plus, I got the physical in red. Now, if I actually used basically an upgraded item, which is basically you get 3 of those, and those 3 items will be craftable as well, but they're expensive. And I'll tell you exactly what those are in a second. I'll give you the correct name to those. Those are basically rough focuses. So you got a rough focus, you got your precision focus, and then you got like a superior focus. Superior focus are very expensive. They're not worth doing in the game. If you get them as that, you get them, like I said, when you grind, you get like these boxes, like the not the stellar ones, but you get like the empowered boxes and stuff from grinding, like I said, on gem day and stuff like that. You'll be able to get those and be able to get those superior ones, but they're very rare to get, but they're worth getting. But you should never go beyond basically doing the precise. Precise is cheap to that point. They'll give you almost, like I said, the superior will give you more EXP, but it only gives you a portion of EXP. So be very careful between those. And then you've also got the Chaos Sparks. Like I said, as you see, I got loads of resources here. I'm not going to go out and grind anymore right now because I don't have to. And while I'm actually doing that, I can actually make Chaos Sparks, which is made for getting and changing those blue stars on your gems. So you want to be able to get a bunch of these, and so you can make these. So what you do is just do some delves and stuff like that on Mondays. You can do delves all through the week too, but basically just to get the lunar souls. But the lunar souls, binding, darkness, and like I said, the eyes you can get from basically just grinding and stuff like that, doing invaders. If you've got like the eyes itself, the eyes tome, you'll get honored of them just for just doing the tome. So it's all worth doing. Now, what you do is just basically make some sparks and stuff like that and help you do yourself with some stats. What you want to do then is just basically work on that and work on every single thing to basically make your character stronger. That's exactly how you do that. So that will help you quite a bit just to basically get your stats up. Now, the only thing is with saying that, like I said, you'll be able to just say to get your argumentations right, and you'll be able to get everything else rolling. So, like I said, that's what I'm saying is when basically trying to get a hand or try to get the information that you will need. This is exactly what this channel is. It's basically helping you out as much as I can with the information and knowledge that I know how to do. So it's not just the going to a table and explaining. It's going to a table and explaining exactly what it is, what the table does, and how it works. Because a lot of people are like, how do you do this or how do you do that? Well, that's how you do it. Like, I mean, then you've got your empowered gems. Now, your empowered gems is kind of a random thing because it's all to do with RNG and what you get. Like, I mean, sometimes you get a 2-star, sometimes you get a 3-star, sometimes you just get crap. And the thing is, you want to go along and look at exactly what your empowered gems are. So, like I said, right now I'm running a Shadow Blitz. I'm running Vampiric Vanquisher on here because it does keep me alive. Basically, I don't use potions and stuff on here. I don't use Death Defying. I don't use anything that's mainstreamed because I am basically just having a different type of build. But this build keeps me alive, lo and behold. So, basically, I don't die from doing what I'm doing, and it actually keeps me strong. So basically, I've got Stinging Curse. I may swap that out eventually. Then I've also got Pyro Disc because it's good for the AoE. So if I've got my own AoE, then I'm actually be able to do my own thing with my own character. So if I do the cursed skulls and stuff, I can actually do the cursed skulls faster, and that's how that works. So basically, what it is, it's just a rundown of exactly what the gems does and what they can do for you itself. Like, I mean, I will actually give more than one rundown of this, so people will understand how to do things in the game, so they're actually not at a standstill and they're basically not trying to figure out exactly what to do. Like, I mean, I've seen people, like I said, stuck and not understanding this concept, this mechanic, because this mechanic is a big thing in the game itself. And if you don't understand the mechanic itself, you will actually be stuck at a very low PR, and you won't be able to do much in the game because you're not going to have the DPS. So when you actually get the, like I said, your stellars and stuff like that, if you just decide to actually upgrade them, there is several different ways of upgrading them. You can grind for the gems at U11. If you do not have access to U11 right off the hop, you can actually spend some points into the store. And what you want to go do is go to gems, go to this basically this gem upgrader, and it actually will give you the next level or next tier of gem. So that will help you a lot in here, because once you get the next tier of gem and you get to Uber 11, you'll be able to get the next tier for the rest of your characters. So, but they are expensive. However, they're actually worth getting if you've got enough qubits. Like, I mean, there is 15k qubits for each one. So you got to be very careful of what you're doing and get the resources before. So you want to be able to get those stellars and stuff like that and upgrade them as much as you can. And if you get those perfect stats, like I said, the critical, physical, and whatnot, depends on if you're using like the magic damage. Like I said, that would be an arcane. And then you've got the fierce, which is basically your physical. And you want to get as many good, perfect stats as possible. So when you actually upgrade your gems and stuff like that, you're not going to be struggling for those stats. So basically, you want to have stats over power rank. Means you got to have the 3 stats before you actually look after the power rank. Because that power rank, you can actually level that gem and whatnot. And you can augment that gem up to that power rank. So just think about it this way. Power rank is one of the easiest things to get, apart from getting perfect stats, because you don't want to waste a lot of chaos sparks trying to get the perfect stat, and you want to focus on just one type of spark, because it does get expensive with those as well. So you don't want to waste resources when you can actually use resources for something else or a different character. So if you're making different characters itself, this will help you big time when it comes to getting your power rank up and also your physical or your magical damage up. So you're not basically struggling with the game itself. So you could get up to those higher Ubers and be able to smack basically the NPCs to death with a lot of DPS. And then you'll be able to get your criticals and stuff up like that, and you'll be able to keep on going with that. So basically, this is a tutorial on this, because I didn't do this tutorial in a while, and I don't mind sorry, tongue twister. I don't mind doing this type of tutorial once in a while, because a lot of people still do get stuck with the augmentation system. Augmentation system is a great big huge point in the game. A lot of people misinterpret the augmentation system and don't know how to upgrade their gems up to maximum power. But as you've seen with my gems, I'll show you once again. I've got mine up to crystalline. I've got everything to crystalline. I've got this one maxed out with the levels. I'm still working on the blues. I'll get the blues done within the next little bit. Then once I'm finished with the blues, I'll work on the reds and stuff, and so on and so forth. I've got all my empowered gems done for this character, so I'm finished with that itself and be able to actually advance even further. So the thing is, like I said, level 30 is the highest point, and then once I'm finished with that, I'll be able to go along and start working on my mastery and stuff like that, and I'll be able to constantly do that way. So I'm not actually wasting time in the game itself, and be able to actually better myself at the end. That's exactly how you do things in the game itself when it comes to to get your stats up. So you want to be able to do it that way because you'll benefit a heck of a lot. Now, if you do know how to do the augmentation system, well, like I said, and you only know how to do it partially, but now you know how to do it fully. If you didn't know how to do it before, now you know how to do it fully. Now, basically, you'll be able to finish the game and get those stats you're looking for. So this is exactly what it is when it comes to it, and you'll be able to benefit from doing that. Like, I mean, if you do play Trove like that and you're trying to figure out exactly what to do, like I said, hey, there's exactly what to do. And like I said, once you get into the repetition and you get everything into the grind, you basically, all you do is just basically better your character and make it stronger as you go. And once you do that, you'll basically get a lot more stats, a lot more strength, a lot more everything else, and you're not wasting your time. Like, I mean, I digress on the starting system as much because, like I said, a lot of people get stuck. But, like I said, you don't want to use it on a lower level gem because you cannot upgrade the shadow gems unless you grind for them. You can't upgrade the any other gem except the stellar. You got to have everything stellar to go to the next level. And basically, you want to be able to get to Uber 9 to get there, and it's very easy to get to Uber 9. What you do is just basically do your regular gems, but don't max them out unless you have to. Like, I mean, if it's level 23, you want to get to level 20 or 21, and you don't want to waste a bunch of gem dust because that gem dust can be carried over to every other single level. So you want to be able to get that running itself, and you want to be able to get as much stats as possible. So you basically want to do that. It's basically when you finish with the character itself, you can put the character away or work on something else, and basically you have a bunch of characters that can do Uber 11 and so on and so forth. And the funniest thing is, you don't need a perfect light or perfect stats to go to a Uber 11 either. You just need something to work with. Like, I mean, you need to be able to have the gems. If you don't have the gems, like, I mean, one character could feed the army of characters that you have. What I mean is, once you actually get up to Uber 11, you'll be able to get all the crystalline for free. You just basically roll and re-roll as you look at the PRs and stats of your gems. Like, I mean, if you're looking for more physical, you can get a perfect physical stat. Now, if your PR is a bit lesser, don't worry about the PR as much. You basically want to look at, because PR is only there more for the world stats, or how high you can actually go in the world's rankings. But PR does not do much. Like, I mean, if you're basically only missing like about 200 or 300 PR, you're probably missing in every single stat, like your critical percentage, or your physical or magical damage. So what happens is, you think, okay, it's like a 200 or 300 off, and you'd be like, okay, but it is a lot of augmentation when it comes to that low. Now, like I said, when it comes up to, like I said, a 2,000 gem, like what I've got here, and I'll show you once again. Like I said, 2,000, let's say 830. You do not want to be like 400 off, because that's a lot of augmentation. That's almost close to a year's worth of grind to max out that character. So, like I said, depends on what you're doing and what you're trying to do, augmentation and stuff like that, and putting the right stats in there. You basically look at exactly the stats that you want in the character. And if you want to use a little bit of HP and so on and so forth, you could actually do it that way as well. Like, I mean, you got a lot of mix and match you could do. Like, I mean, it's not one wrong or right build. It's just how you play. And people choose different ways of playing itself, like I said, by their game style. In most cases, like a Shadow Hunter, you don't want to use HP. Solarian uses very little HP as well. Like I said, the least HP you get on those characters, and if you build it correctly, you'll be able to do a lot of damage, and you'll be able to keep up with, like I said, the world's ranks as well. So basically, you get rid of, like I said, a lot of the hiccups and stuff like that you will normally would have being stuck in the lower Ubers, because you don't want to be stuck with a lower Uber for too long, because just basically you'd be just wasting your time in that lower Uber. So you want to basically get your gems up and do it that way. Now, you don't want to augment your gems at the lower levels, because augmentation is a bit expensive. So you want to get the maximum PR that you could get with the maximum stat. So basically, if you got like a 670 stat, you're not doing too bad with the newer gem sets. Like 700, I'm going to have to get a couple of 700s, but it would cost me more in reroll stats. So I take the 30 points that I might be losing, and I'll take it towards stats. So I rather have the DPS and then having like something that I cannot use, like in the character itself. So that's exactly what I do it and the way I do it itself. So I push off as much stats as possible and as much DPS as possible when it comes to that. And once I'm finished with that, I can actually start rolling my character and make it even stronger. So I'm not actually struggling at all. So once the struggle is over with and I've got my character running, then I can actually work on, like I said, getting the max of PR and working on the upper side of the game or end game. So that's exactly what I do. And I keep on repeating the same process for every single character. Now, I do use a lot of Shadowhunter itself, and because I find the Shadowhunter is pretty much universal. Now, I've seen the Solarian with a couple of videos doing almost the same thing as Shadowhunter to a point. Now, I mean, there's two different characters, of course, two different skill sets, and so on and so forth. And where basically the Solarian is new, it seems like it's actually a little bit OP right now, but some people will be using that character, of course, for different things, until they'll end up basically nerfing that character or changing the way the character works. And eventually they will do that. But I'll basically still stick with my Shadowhunter because, hey, it's what it is. But I've been sticking with my Shadowhunter for 10 years right now. I'm not going to switch my character. Like I said, it's not that I want to be stuck with one character. I do have other characters built up, but not enough to actually use them into the delves or anything like that. Like I said, the only ones I've got done so far would be the Ice Age, the Gunslinger, and the Shadowhunter. So of all of them, like I said, someone asked me one time, what was my favorite character? I do not have a favorite character. I just look at their jobs and what they can actually do. So I'm looking at the job, like I said, the highest DPS. I can go along and say, okay, like I said, when it comes to like doing the delves, I'll look at Universal first. I'll look at, like I said, one is slow or fast. Like the Solarian is actually a little bit slower on the movement than what a Shadowhunter is. So that's why I like a bit the Shadowhunter. Now, I basically, for what I've seen so far, of, like I said, other people doing the videos and stuff like that of it, that the Solarian basically is slower, but it seems like it does a little bit more damage. So it's like a trade-off between slowness and damage. And it's been doing that from, say, day one, since I started playing it. They nerf some things to make some things not work so good. They change some stuff in the game. They basically to keep on rotation. See, the thing is, all online games does exactly the same thing. They'll nerf a gun. They'll be like, hey, man, this gun is... Someone else goes to pick it up. He ends up nerfing it a week before, and they're like, oh, man, this gun is garbage, and so on and so forth. And then you try to figure out exactly what in the heck to do to trying to fix it. And it's like, there's sometimes not a way of fixing it. So, it's what it is. And that's why, like I said, I choose to do what I'm doing because it is a lot of fun. Of course. Like, I mean, it's just crazy. Like, when it comes to that. So, like, I mean, if you're basically liking this video so far, you can actually hit that follow button. Like I said, you can also check my YouTube channel as well. Basically, it's Gamersmith. Uh, like I said, just look for the Blue Wolf on there, and you'll be able to see my main channel. This is basically my streamer. I've got my streamer channel, my storage and stuff because Twitch only stores for every week, so I use YouTube for my storage, and it does work quite well. Now the thing is, I do have a lot of tutorial videos on different games and stuff like that as I do play, and it's a lot of fun when it comes to that, and like, I mean, if you know how to play the game and stuff like that, like I said, it's not a chore if you're having fun with it. So, yeah, that's exactly the way I look at it. No, I can't get out of this glitch. It wouldn't let me out of it. That was weird. Anyway, regardless of that, I hate when that happens, when that glitches like that. It's like, yeah. Anyway. Regardless of that, it seems like I said, try to help you guys with these videos and stuff like that. Try to get information out there. I love doing it. Like, I mean, it gives me something to do. It gives me something to wake up for every day, and so on and so forth. And that don't have to be just Trove. It could be just any survival game. Trove is still kind of a survival game to a point, and so on and so forth. So, yeah. But Trove is a lot of fun if you know how to play it. But anyway, regardless of that, I'm going to see what my counter right now for my gems is. And I'll be able to, let me see. I'm at 65 right now. I've got another 35 left to go. And then I'll be logging once again for today. Like, I mean, I've been trying to get as many gem dusts on gem day. But, of course, like, I mean, playing this game for so long, for so many years, and learning how to do things in the game to be more efficient and basically doing my stats and stuff like that, it just takes that much more out of it. And that's exactly what I look at. And that's exactly what I'm basically been doing the last few years. Basically learning how to play games and stuff like that. I mean, not a few years, a good few years. I'll basically reward that because of the fact that I've got a lot of experience in gaming. Like I said, it's just crazy. When it comes to how to play this type of games and stuff like that, I started back in World of Warcraft. I played Diablo. I played basically Neverwinters. The Neverwinter games, there's a couple of them out there, and the Neverwinter Nights. Not like I said, and some of these games are actually a lot of fun. But, it's what it is, It's just what games you play, how you play them, and actually how you learn how to play them makes a great big difference. And that's why I say I don't scream, yell, and ball in my YouTube. I don't believe into it. Like I said, I don't mind having a little bit of fun with it and just basically teaching people how to play games and stuff like that. Basically, you could call me a tutorial on foot. Because, like I said, when it comes to it, I come on here and basically teach you guys a few things. And like I said, it's up to you if you want to use the information. But as you can see, by looking at my characters and stuff like that, you can see it actually does work. And it works quite well. Because it's more about the efficiency than not. And when you get the efficiency down, it's pretty straightforward. So you're not basically struggling at anything. You're not going to go along, oh my God, I'm stuck in here at basically 6K and I can't do nothing. I don't know what to do. Like I said, like I said, there's not many YouTubers out there that'll go along and teach you different things. Not in these type of games, because it is a lot of information, and some of them out there will say, okay, I do not want to overwhelm the new gamer. I don't want to, like I said, or the new grinder, be overwhelmed with information in these games. And, like, I mean, because there's so many different stages. Like, I mean, you got the grind stage, basically getting everything. And then you got the enchantment stage, and that's one thing. Then you got the mastery stage. That's another one. Then you got the PvP. That's another one. And you got to try to combine all of them together. If you do PvP or like PvP at all, and you combine all of them together. But what you do for each interval. That makes a big, huge difference at the end of the day. So if you're looking at exactly what it is, you'll be able to look at exactly what to do next. And that's exactly how that works. As I said before, if you get any questions, comments, or anything like that, you can actually leave them on the bottom of the screen. I'll try to get to you ASAP. I'll be able to help you with your gameplay and basically be able to keep you happy with the information and be able to keep you playing the games that you like to play instead of basically getting frustrated, rage quitting. Rage quitting is just basically one of the things that do happen from time to time. And I see some people actually rage quit over the smallest inconsistencies. And it's just funny. They basically just start yelling, screaming, and bawling. And it's like, okay, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to yourself? Seriously. Because what you're doing at the end of the day is just basically saying, I'm going to quit this game and gone. Yes, you might come back later on, but you get frustrated. If you do get frustrated with a game, as a suggestion itself, you want to be able to go along and do it this way. If you get frustrated with a game, just take a break from it, come back to it, and just take your time. Like, I mean, every game out there is meant, like I said, is going to have a frustration point. Sorry, but with the frustration point itself, you want to be able to actually take a break from the game that's frustrating you the most, and be able to do it that way. And if you are lost in the game, basically look for some information. Look for some inspiration to help you to keep playing and basically do it that way. So you're not basically struggling into the game itself or trying to figure out what is what. Because once you actually get going, it's not so bad. Like I said, with Trove and stuff like that, it's like, it is a fun game. It's a really fun game when it comes to it. But is a lot of stuff that people don't know about. Like, I mean, like I said, that's why you get stuck. And this is what I do itself. I break down the games that people do have a problem with, and I try to make light of it to a point so you can actually better yourself in the game itself. So, like I said, you're not going along and saying, hey, man, I'm going to quit this game because I cannot do nothing. You don't understand how to do something. It's just that it's not because you don't have the information. There's no information. There's no booklet. There's no nothing on these games, and that's the biggest problem. Like, I mean, like, it's like years ago, like playing Zelda N64, okay? And you're looking for that one piece of a heart. If you, like I said, you know, it could be hidden in a dungeon, it could be hidden it could be hidden anywhere, and you could be looking around for months for it. All of a sudden, you might find it, or you might have to wait for a Nintendo magazine or something like that to come out with it, or something like that. And you'd be waiting for that time to get that one piece of heart. You'd be like, hey, man, I want to complete it 100%. But I cannot complete it 100% because I don't have the information. And that is exactly how it works and how it happens. So I try to basically try to get that information out as much as I can so I can actually better benefit you guys. You know, like I said, it's not benefit me because I already know about it. But if it benefits you guys, I'm happy to do that for you guys and to break it down and basically make something work for you. If you do play Trove or play Minecraft, like I said, or any type of survival game, I'm doing 7 days right now. I'm basically trying to learn how the mechanics of that. It reminds me more of Minecraft to a point, but I'm trying to learn every single mechanic so I can actually make the best defenses. And I'm doing that basically offline. I'm also playing, like I said, I'm also playing it on a console that's not even online because I'm playing on my PlayStation 4 currently. That's why, like I said, I have no trophies and nothing posted up for it. But anyways, once I get that going, it'll be posted up. But anyway, like I said, I just don't go for the trophies. Like I said, I'll go for the fun, the grind, to make stuff work. And getting stuff working is what I want to do. So, like I said, once I get something working, and I'll break it down and get it 100% working. It's glitched. I hate when I glitches like that. But anyway, regardless of that, I'm going to check on my gem box count right now. I've got my 100 boxes. That's good. So right now I'm just basically going to see arrivederci, and good day or good night or good morning, depends on where you're to. Basically, if you're full of energy drink or a cup of coffee or whatever the case may be, and hopefully you have a very good day streaming or just playing your games. Hopefully you find all this information I give out today very helpful itself, and hopefully be able to use it to your own extent. Now, like I said, if you do play Trove or you play any other type of game, if I am actually doing a live stream, I'd like to be able to come and help you guys as much as I can to get the information out there and basically get you back to playing games that you enjoy. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. I'm going to say good night to you or good afternoon or whatever the case may be. Like I said, and I'll probably catch you in the next one. Peace out for now and have a good one.